Hi, I'm Dennis Young. I'm founder of Issues in Education, and we're here at the annual conference of III here in Chicago. I am with me Kenya Logan, who is a board member of Belleville District 118. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks, sir. This is a great program here. A lot of different topics, 3-4 day conference.
Yes.
And I hear all kinds of great things of the accomplishments that are going on in education.
Yes, sir.
But there's also an area that really needs a lot of focus and attention to, and that's, I'll use the word gap.
Yes, sir.
That gap is driven by a number of factors, technology certainly, finance, poverty,
Yes.
and a whole host of things.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about what you think are a couple of the most significant factors that kind of drive this gap and how to address it.
Well, Dennis, due to myself growing up in a impoverished community, I feel as if poverty just like takes a hold of everything, and if you don't have enough money to do what you need to do, you just kind of lose it. You lose who you are, and you don't be able to, be a part of helping your children, helping your community, or anything in that nature. And I just feel as if our children in today's society that live in impoverished communities don't have everything that they need to, succeed in school.
Right,
and they
right.
end up missing out on,
Right.
the real essence of what they need. And I feel as if we need to do something about it, especially in our community, a little bit in
All
118.
communities.
Yes.
All communities.
Yes,
and
sir.
they're all striving for that.
Yes, sir.
So-
Because we all want our children to succeed, and we all want our children to do better than we do. Yes, sir.
Well, it's interesting as I'm involved in designing schools, and when I'm designing an elementary school,
Yes, sir.
I'll see those kindergartners come in, and they're all their
Bright-eyed and
eyes
bushy
are
tails. Yes, sir.
absolutely. That's exactly
sir.
what I was going to say, and they are ready for learning,
Yes, yes.
and that's still young in their life,
Right.
and along the way, other factors tend to kind of weigh them down,
Right.
distract them.
Yes.
Peer pressures, a whole number of things.
Yes.
But when I see them in middle school, they're a little different.
Right. They've grown up and they kind of, learn how to adapt to a little bit of everything. But then I feel as if, okay, they still lack a little bit of, I can't say maturity, but I would say just a little bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
And I feel as if, okay, they're still trying to understand who they are and where they come from, but I feel as if, okay,
They're not there yet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the teenage years.
yes, oh,
So just when you add that in, that says it all.
yes, sir.
But trying to deal with that gap at the earliest point when they are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and how do you address their particular needs? Because is it, let's say, the family,
Yes.
having engagement of the family with the community,
Right.
is that something that should be focused on?
Yes, yes. I feel as if each parent, mother, father, grandparent, whomever is that child's,
Yeah.
caretaker,
Yeah.
should be a part of, the child's life or, at the school. I believe in the child's education and, their upbringing starts at home, and they need to have, a base where they can just learn and understand. But if the parents aren't engaging and teaching the kids at home, the kids aren't learning anything,
Right.
And they're bringing it to school.
Right.
And it's sad.
Yeah. So how do you engage that family where there's the expectations aren't quite there yet because it's either a single parent household or
Yes,
both
sir.
parents are working,
Yes, sir. Yes.
or all the above?
Yes, sir.
It's tough to put another
Well,
level of responsibility on that parent that it's not already there,
Right.
but to make them follow through with that engagement. It's tough. I
It
don't know how
is.
you do that.
It is. Well, being a single parent myself, I believe that education is the key to knowledge and the
Absolutely.
key to success. And I feel as if you just have to be a part of that child's life, and you have to be a part of their school, and you have to teach them that education is the one thing no one can take away from you, and that they
right.
need to always be, you know, that's just the basis for everything. And I've always been a part of my kids' education, and you know, a part of the school. And unfortunately, I think, you know, all our District 118 get tired of looking at me because they're like, "Oh, she's here again. She's here again." But I feel as if that's important, because the school needs to know that this parent, you know, wants to be a part of that child's life, and that they need to be accountable for, you know, their children. That's just how I feel. That's just me.
Well, trying to get that parent engagement is critical, and what I've seen, because all districts are dealing with,
Yes, sir.
some more than others,
Yes, sir.
and you know, to try to get them to come to an evening event with
Right.
their child,
Right. It's like pulling teeth.
yeah, it's like
Yes,
pulling
sir.
teeth. So they can't even come to the choir.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know in our district we kind of tried to do town hall meetings.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's really, I don't know. I don't know how we can really figure it out and try to get the parents to really get engaged.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the parents aren't engaged in their child's education. I really don't.
Well, I'll throw this out to you. One of the things I've also seen at various districts
Yes, sir.
is that when the child is at home and seeing the troubles that are in the home environment,
Yes, sir.
they feel like they're not optimistic.
Yes.
There's nothing there, and
Right.
and then the parent takes it out on the child that, well, you're no good either.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yes, sir.
And then when they get to school, if there can be that extra effort on the part of the teacher to say, you get a gold star
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
because you did something really wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Whatever
Whatever
it
it
was,
may be, yes.
It didn't matter.
Right.
It was a matter. It meant that someone recognized them
And cared, sir.
and cared.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And then, you know, but then they have to go back home
And deal with.
and deal with that. And at some point, you know, some grow up and become successful, and others are still challenged by the ongoing 24/7 that they have to deal with.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So no answers yet, but just possibilities here.
That's true. That is true. So I think that kind of goes with the teacher understanding the child's, you know, family life, and being able to realize that, okay, the child may need a little bit more compassion.
Yeah, a little more.
But I don't think a lot of our teachers really understand or can understand that
Interesting.
where, you know, the child comes from, and, you know, can't put their self in their child's
Right,
place or
right,
in their
right,
shoes.
right.
So I think that may be an issue
Right.
for the educators, sir, for whatever reason. But I
Interesting.
just wish that maybe we could have more, I guess, cultural diversity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know?
They have to understand.
Yes, sir.
They have to understand.
Yes, sir.
I understand.
Yep.
Well, you've addressed a really important topic. We could spend hours talking about that.
Yes, we could.
But it seems like it needs really a continued dialogue at the state level and the local levels.
Yes, sir.
To make sure the programs are in place. Certainly the awareness is there.
Right.
But then there's that commitment
Right.
there.
Right.
And
With the teachers having the compassion for their students. Yes.
so at the board level, you know, everything kind of trickles down.
Yes, it
so
does.
you have an opportunity to kind of put those expectations in place so
Yes.
that the administration puts those programs in place.
Yes, sir.
And then they oversee the individual
With-
schools
right.
to make sure that they're doing their job.
Yes.
And then that feedback back to the board members.
Right.
To see that everything's